Hi. Hey. Just do it. How are we doing? Good. I heard good is the enemy of great. How are we doing?
Very excellent.
Okay, first of all, like I said, this is literally my first ever hosting opportunity, I guess. So I just want to say big up to Meta. Tonight's not about me. It's about you guys. First and foremost, you have our headliner. Is she over? Is that her over there? Tifany Marsah? Oh my god! And we also have a beautiful array of open micers. Before we get into that, I'm going to give you something. And obviously, right, this event is called Windows to the Spirits. And if you don't know me, my name is Ley. And I'm working on a little something right now. I can't give away too much. However, music is on the way. It might, word on the road, it might be my biggest thing ever, apparently.
Yeah.
So I thought, So I thought, why not give the people a taster, exclusive, because nothing has ever been heard actually before. And guess what it's called? Window pane. Are you seeing the synergy, right? Cool. Okay, so, without further ado. If eyes truly are windows to the soul, you're going to have to wait a sec.
Say again.
It's cool. You got this, man. This is why I love
iPhones, do you know what I mean? If eyes truly are windows to the soul, that was a reload, you know that one? If eyes truly are windows to the soul, I'd rather invite you in instead. Look, there's no living room yet, so I'm in the garden, uprooting what's dead. Not time for mourning, just explaining. Every time I made my bed and laid my head, 2 chairs, one for me, one for my choices, I gotta sit with them. Furthermore, I gotta live with them. Rent free. Next room, my skeletons roam free. See, my closet has no doors, man. I wish I had no floors. Oh Lord, cause Lady Luck has never been a friend of mine, but mistakes I know all too well. She takes my joy, she takes my soul, she taints my peace, man. She takes me to hell. Plus, I'm shook because I don't want to fail. I finally found something that I love and I'm good at. Please don't take that from me as well. You're looking through the windows while I'm thinking about escapism. And all I see is silhouettes, don't know what to make of them. Climbed out for a better look, stunned at what I saw. My conscience screaming, let me in, outnumbered at the door. Regrets holding hands surrounding the whole building, trying to destroy what I'm building. You see that boy in the corner, scared by the mirror, that's me, reflecting on childhood trauma, using shards to draw blood. Just to paint you a picture, mix the tears and the sweat for a soulful elixir. This is me. My grievances, fuck-ups, and all that's in between. I've underachieved, and I'm over it. You don't know what a cold shoulder is until you wear your heart on your sleeve for a lover who's demanding an arm and a leg. Now you can't even breathe, frozen out. Now the temp of your heart just decreased. Well, I'm the frog waiting to be kissed. The fool waiting to be missed. Looking at myself with pity and disgust, like, bro, we've got shit to discuss. You've got a heart of steel. Now, F that, you're heartless still. But the truth is insane, kinda hard to explain. I see tears, you see rain on my window pane. So if the eyes show a glimpse of my humble abode, step inside. Welcome to my soul.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Just slap it on my neck. Yeah. Oh, higher.
Oh.
No, mic.
On the metal bit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, cool. I want to try something. The vibe is nice right now. I'm really liking it. But I want to be able to feel that energy. I want everybody here to be able to feel that energy. So whenever someone's coming to the stage, before I even announce their name, I need to... Okay, let me get a test run. Right. So open micer number 1. I like it. Cool. Right. That was a little trial run. Cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, open micer number 1 is the beautiful Anonymous D.
Thought streams across the nebula of grey matter. Let's see what's robotic and what's a mad hatter. We're gathered here today doing live poetry, writing down what comes to mind in synergy. Creation Collection is the name. A sea of wordsmithery is the game. I challenge your sword. Switch the S to the end, shake your spear and be my friend. No shade, only shadow, light beings, strong through battle. Add, not subtract. The point is to act. Manifest the magic through word to mouth. May the writing morph into melody and come forth in sound. We are powerful beyond measure, each one of us a treasure. That we may take leisure, no stress but pressure, as pressure makes diamonds, and diamonds are forever. So that's my first piece. Just gonna get the next one out. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. Already had it ready. This one's called Mrs. Now before I start, don't get it twisted. I wrote this out, not to get listed. This poem is about the various misses that mess you up, not biases. Misses is everywhere. In the street going to work to at home combing your hair. Like myths, whispers, and psst. You're not sure she exists. In the air, in the mist, amidst the confusion, she persists. Let me explain. You're walking down the street and you see your friend. You wave their way. Blank. They carry on with no delay. You're embarrassed, maybe offended, or even a little hurt. But you can't be sure, so you carry on with a spurt. For all you know, they may not have seen you, or are too busy walking and thinking in their own head. This is misread. Mrs. ain't exclusive, they're elusive. In every realm she is ruthless. In media, she takes the helm and leaves you feeling clueless. Take social media. It's a funny odd place. People have voices, but not many have grace. There are the people in real life, you know. Then there's the people with no face. You see them glow, but that's not always the case. Let me speak about the ones you know. Family, friends, even acquaintances. The ones who don't talk much, but tune into your show. Post stories you already know. The ones that just watch you, surveillances. But as soon as they see something they don't like, watch them fingers and mouth move in real time, even when what you say wasn't meant in a rude way. Interpretation, or rather, misinterpretation. Sparking agitation as opposed to realization, dividing individuals, let alone a nation. You see, controversy starts conversations, but consideration and care can often lead to alienation. When you realize misinterpretation is the mother of miscommunication. Like asking someone how they've been and not getting a response though message seen. I'm talking in the same time span since the last message, showing red with a checkage. Seeing as they saw your story and were quick to jump on, asking questions and thinking you're wrong, yet you see where they're coming from, especially as they're not some Sally, Mark or Tom. So you humble yourself and you realize it was mistook. And seeing through their eyes, you acknowledge, explained, and even removed, but even then you're not off the hook, disapproved. For misjudge has arrived and ruled guilty. Shame. That's how you know misses are without pity. The thing is though, what we're saying is essentially the same, but singing from different hymns can be a cryptic acronym, going back and forth trying to decode each other. But misery often meets mistering, confusion in the mind and stirring. Whoa, mister, that isn't what I meant. For at that event comes misalignment. So you see, the misses of speak of aren't your average Joe. Not Mr. and Mrs. from happy marriage, house, home and a baby carriage. However, even they may have an affair, one or even the pair, with the sexy, cunning misfit working out in her gym kit, eventually causing chaos and manipulation with their neighbor miscalculation. Now do you see our fate? Misses don't discriminate. We may dance to the beat of our own tune, yet lament over misfortune. And let's not start on the twins, mislead and misled. Those two will mess you up right in the head. All I'm saying, let's try not to misbehave or claim to be brave by pushing mistrust. Awareness is a must. Don't hold a grudge and baggage lest you want to become mismanaged. Alas, to you I bequeath. Be cheeky, not mischief. Remain open, not misguided. Deep down, she knows the truth, but will try and hide it. I'ma be real now. Misses are mind games. We all have them, so allow. Just don't overdose on them. For misses, like anything, can be addictive. Misuse it, and there goes perspective. Refuse it? No. Just be elective and learn from it. Otherwise, you'll become destructive. Thank you. So the last piece, and I'll try to be as smooth as I can with it. It was actually written as a collaborative piece with my mate from Canada. His name is Josue. He's also a multidisciplinary creative. So we were jamming one FaceTime call, and we had music on, and he was playing his music, and we were just writing 2 lines each, and this is what came from it. But I thought I'd end it on something positive. It's called Harvest, Part 1. Though the weeks have made me weak, I stand firm upon these feet. Foundations laid deep, roots risen for us to meet. But I don't want you to see me like this. These cloves soiled in soil, the dirt dug deep where I lay coiled, not fully aware of my potential. Take rest and be gentle. For these are the times of harvest and celebration, rehabilitation, reparation. The only real nation is imagination, the prelude to life's coming attractions. Connect, reflect, take action. This is starting to sound like satisfaction. They tried to tell me it's subtraction, for nature requires patience. It's not a race to the end. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, it transmutes, my friend. It's not beginning to end, rather a beginning with no end. As we grow through life, it twists and it bends. These hands tend to the things it holds close, where they've placed love most. With tears as water, we purify and nourish each other. Enjoy as we flourish together. I think it's time we finally meet on this journey of many peaks. Filtering through our so-called flaws, just flow with it as we float through it all. Some may see this as withdrawal, but with rise must come fall. For the fruits of our labor may we feast in its flavor, holds the seeds we savor, the same seeds that hold the shine in our gold, the value of our time sold, in favor of the flowers, the fruit yet untold. In you, I place my future, because fortune favors the bold. So go forth and let your destiny unfold. Thank you.
This city's gonna break my heart. This city's gonna love me then leave me alone. This city holds my heart captive like an elusive prince, a fleeting suitor who holds the threat of heartbreak over my head like a double-edged sword. Sometimes I feel the fear randomly in the midst of train station chaos, anchoring me to the ground. It bubbles over and spreads like hot lava on a rampage from head to toe, threatening to pull me in to the point of no return. This city, it breathes the fire of polluted smoke, taunting you with streets paved with gold that have dulled, the glimpses of stars you'll never reach, and with each daily gasp threatens to pull you into its abyss of an underbelly. In between shoots of so-called affordable houses which scrape the sky, sit those without humble abodes who make their homes in the underbelly's cracks. Injustice such as this has no resolution, a song with endless chorus, but no bridge to cross. And yet, in the face of such pain, we smile. We still smile. Happiness is defiance and a shield in a location that loathes such joy and threatens to break you at every turn. Perhaps victory is in reach and kindness is our saving grace. I see it in your face, and I see it in your face, and I see it in mine. It's when I breathe the word home, this city will always come to mind.
Some notes on play.
Thank you. Yeah, I have one more. This is a newer one. If I find it. Okay. Oh, no, I haven't found it.
Plug yourself while you're looking.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram at The Art of Chatter, and I also have a blog with the same name. So it's theartofchatter.com. And yeah, feel free to follow me because I'm always looking for cool, creative people to follow. So if I find it, I find it at this point. So.
Sing while they're finding it.
It's like a searching song.
Yeah. No joking. Okay. Here we go. My mum went to church to pray today. She's back at it again on her knees, like an addict crippled with disease. She slips into her position on holy carpet with ease, and she lets it all out and prays to the Lord that may he swiftly sort this place out. She prays that her son, living as a black man, navigating a corporate world that's white, that he attracts true friends that love him because of his skin, not despite, that he finds respite in a world filled with discomfort for his kind. And in the back of her mind, she thinks but dares not say her worst fear, that she becomes the woman on TV who who sniffs as she mourns her son. A laugh in the face of Bob Marley's No Cry, but a stubborn nod to Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. She prays for a world that is burning quite literally and is getting hotter to the touch as the sun threatens to devour us, whilst our leaders bury their heads, ignoring that destruction is what we're on the cusp of, and dig for more oil. London, Cali, Hawaii roads, asking if hell is closer than it seems, or if the stuff in her dreams has tiptoed over mental borders and is coming to life. She prays for leaders today that say empty words to full crowds, spitting promises that glitter and blind, pulling wool over public eyes and thriving at the vulnerable's demise. Walls that pretend to wear civilian sheep clothing, claiming they understand the struggle they never even breathed. If they did, the pain so heavy like tidal waves, untamed, would suffocate them so much it would be unbearable. They would beat their chest and weep at how such suffering is possible, at how people tolerate the weight and still remain standing. In this so-called first world, why are so many people a last priority? These are questions only God knows. She prays for her black daughters, for them to swim through the tumultuous waters of life, waters that once threatened to drown her, but through which she found healing. She prays that their thriving has no ceiling, that the approval of men does not consume how they move through the world, and that they are unapologetically take up room. Rising above self-doubt, may they surpass the clouds and reach for the stars, using their gifts to shine on others and change lives for the better. My mum went to church to pray today. She's back at it again on her knees like an addict crippled with disease. And as I watch her this time, I pray, please, Lord, hear her cry. Thank you.
Would you rather be the future or the present? Would you rather be a king or a peasant? Would you rather be an answer or a question with no direction? You'd rather come in first and come in second place? Would you rather be a planet or a star? Would you rather have your legs or a car? Would you rather be a bruise or a scar? Somebody else, or would you rather be who you are? Would you rather die or live forever? Would you rather be apart or be together? Would you rather be the trash or the treasure? Live without pain, or would you rather live without pleasure? A disadvantage or to take advantage? Unappreciated or taken for granted? Would you rather wait and make a move if that decision determined whether you win or you lose? I don't want to talk about the cliches. I just want to make it sweet enough to eat the cheesecake. I think I'm in my head too much. I think I'm in my head too much. Nobody knows how to get me out. Yeah. Loving you, it's easy. Liking you is harder. I live for my beliefs, not really trying to be a martyr. People ask me where I've been like I was Mr. Carter. That's the way. People ask me where I've been like I was Mr. Carter. My life's not easy, and I think I make it harder because I'm trying to do better. Any conversation with family is just a reminder that boo-hoo, homie, better learn to swim. Heat's coming in, no shade. For the color of your skin, it makes me think who's looking out for me. Sit down and drop for me. Rent-free, just pissing on my property. Trying to do this honestly, possibly, but it's hard for me. Work shouldn't feel like a job to me. Awkwardly all for me, they're like, yeah. But when you make that mistake that disappear, you're already lost thinking life is fair. In the end, really ain't nobody cares. That's why I keep my thoughts to myself in case I sound stupid. My trauma's got a sound and I dance to it. I can't sit still to the cash moving. My inner voice sounds like a brass. I'm trying to do better. No error. Food on the table of words I put together. It's not contagious, but I choose to mind my business. The way I've been chasing dreams, I should be bragging about my fitness, but loving you, it's easy. Liking you is harder. Loving you, it's easy. Liking you is harder. What's going on? Well, that all depends. If you're really trying to be more than friends, it goes far beyond attraction and ask, girl, I've learned from the past, but I always felt like it was common sense. It's simple. They buy likes, we buy houses. That back so big, it must take time to fit in them trousers. There's no need for the drama B. You're not an actress. Let's have dates without makeup so I know you're not a catfish. This is 8 more than 92, 100. Do you really see us at 92? I hear about it every evening, and love, months later, they part ways. I don't think they knew the meaning. I'm not into beef because I'm vegan, well, far from it. But if meat is what she wants, who's to stop a girl from eating? I can't judge with a speck in my eye. Too often I try to stay, but I'm always leaving. I'm too good at reading. You and all your friends, trying to hide your true intentions, but I found them. Same way I see through these boys like their outfits. It's hard to square up to someone who's well-rounded. She got more cake than on my birthdays. Necklace lies a pendant from a birthplace. Do you know when you see a girl that breathes and his legs chase the way I see it? Some of y'all are not in the right headspace, and I can't laugh for what it's worth though. I feel your energy. If it's meant to be, can't force it if you're meant for me. If I couldn't afford to send a check, will you still check on me? Your age is not the issue, but how old you are mentally. And apparently, I'm handsome. But now is not the time to give mommy a grandson. I know I do this all the time. I'm not saying that again. I know. They say it takes two. So for that, I can never blame you. We weren't able. They said you went for a demon. Whatever the case is, I still want an angel. I'm gonna let you decide if it's coincidental. Either way, it's only truth on the instrumental. You can't let them know you, so you give no reaction. How do you tell someone you love that they're a distraction? These days, I'm never in my city. Because even when I'm in my city, I'm never in the city. With the hat off, they barely recognize me. You don't know me, stop trying to analyze me. Working on something, I might televise it. Need you to know in my absence, I'm working twice as hard. See, I'm a nice guy, but she looked at me and asked how. I rolled my eyes, we can't keep going in circles. This is a NASCAR. Before we get into this, tell me what you want from this. You say I lack affection, I think you need confidence. Because... You say I lack affection, I think you need confidence. Because you're the issue, but you're asking what the problem is. I'm the mayor around here, so let's not get into politics. Got something new coming. Keep saying we should do something, well then let's do something. The only reason she tells me everything, because she knows no one else will listen. It's like somebody pressed the mute button, and I'm hardly with you. So my life is simple, because life with you will be more Jeremy Kyle and less Jimmy Kimmel. But you disagreeing, and for me that's the issue, because you're complaining I don't miss you, but the thing is we ain't official, so what you want from me? I don't care what you think if they see this. You think I built a wall up because I don't talk about my feelings? I mean this in the best way. I need my space, not your opinion. This probably ain't about you, but ask yourself why you feel convicted. Everything's in moderation. This talks about who's the best, but that's a different conversation. I'm just programmed different. You need a better channel. Keep hearing we need to link up, but it never happens. Trying to reach out, but to no avail. All these sly moves are just LOL. To tell the truth, they say you're paranoid. To me, this is situations you can't avoid. I'm indoors a lot, so I don't communicate. Come and find out men are trash like it's still a new debate. Still calling us demons, but what do you expect? When you're the one choosing attention over respect. And guys all one and the same. One song out, then he claims he's running the game. Like, bro, I got tickets, let's go see Chance. The same guy will try your girl if you got the chance. Karma's gonna get you, don't worry, oh, you gonna get what's coming. I ain't got no time if she's extra too focused on this money. And to be honest, I don't see what's funny. When I'm the one on the track, but you're the one who's running. I heard they got a lot to say, but when I'm there, the whole room's quiet. It's like they ask who wants to volunteer. In a room of ambition, but hardly no one's here. Like my bro says, things are not always as they appear. If I'm not aware of it, then who you beefing? How you broke but still manage to go out every weekend? I see beyond the present. They're happy being second. The big forehead's never a bad thing long as it's not a weapon. I've seen too many try and force a connection. Then you get lost in the essence, girl, you walk like a blessing. But can't answer my question asking why we're not together. You can't rush something that's supposed to last forever. That's why my heart's cold like Alaska. They think she's a saint because her daddy a pastor. I mean, I'm a Christian, so no disrespect, but when she tells me she loves me, I just don't believe her. But home is where the heart is. And I put it on Keisha for me being heartless. Now I think smarter. Let her know she ain't wifey until they hand through the ring, that's that Vince Carter. Thank you. Thank you.
Tonight, between the 4 performers tonight, I feel like my next 10 Instagram captions are just sorted. Like, what the man said, I need my space, not your opinion. Like, if I ever use that on someone and I get slapped, bro, I'm coming for you. Yeah? Cool. So there more. Right. We have a break coming. But before we do, 2 things on the agenda. Jose, 24 hours. 1 word.
24 hours.
Today, specifically.
Oh, okay. Happiness.
Happiness. Okay. Is there a lot of happiness in the room right now? Yeah. Is there a spiritual connection in the room right now? Yeah. Can we all feel it? Does that mean we're ready for performer number 5? Doesn't sound like it. I said, are we ready for performer number 5? Okay. Open micer number 5 is Margaret. Please keep it coming as she enters the stage, please.
This one is called In Lieu of a Ballad She'd Like to Say. Sweat and Chinese whispers tickling our throats, and damp skin glossy like the thick Vaseline from my first, and routine kisses on the forehead and cheek and neck and the wedding day, and in front of God, man, and old primary school teacher, and eyes locked, and I do move in with you, and I do buy that dog, and I do, and when the kids are 2, we can finally see the beach, and meet their teacher, and book that dentist, the only good one, and finally find time to dine and love, and what? It's always and now sign here, and the dotted line here, and sweat on my palms and inflamed whispers, you're doing the right thing, and damp cheeks forming salty streams, and cracked lips stinging. That's the first one. The second one is new. I don't know. We'll see. It's called Mantelpiece. Nice. She wanted to dance, her hips wide and thighs thick, like the soup her mother gave her. She wanted to twirl to the soft sounds of keys, but her skin jumped with every jagged tune, cutting bolts to the door. She wanted to wear pink satin shoes, soft to the touch, waterfall locks twirling like drunken barrettes, but her feet were wide and swollen, toes bludgeoned from long shifts and head spins. She'd often daydreamed of the leotard she'd wear, lace and azure blue with frilly bits. She had worn one similar 2 years ago, before her maths class, before her next period. The same dress her mother wore in those mantelpiece pictures. But it was still, in her eyes, a long, beautiful tutu, to be twirled, spun and dashed in. She wanted, like the others, to leap and not fall, face first into his greasy boots, by their precious mantelpiece.
What? Oh yeah. I've adopted a new name. To my friends over there, I'm Auntie Shagufta. I'm not even going to explain it. And this is Manjeet Beta. Cool. Oh my god, absolute pleasure to be here, man. Thank you very much. I'm not going to sing either. I'm joking. Okay. First piece is called Runaway. The inside of my mind is like a circus. Monday I'm a king. Tuesday I'm worthless. Wednesday I burn. On Thursday find purpose. Friday create before I move with my circle in this dream. But do I deceive myself? Do I even see myself? I've got all these visions of greatness through this limited lens, but I often play the ghost, but I thank God for my friends. I'm not surprised to be feeling a new texture of low when self-love turns to dislike in my moments alone. I know the right way, but I'm so often prone to spend the whole fucking day in oblivion alone. When my elixir is right there, I should take another sip. I've got my pull-ups, my push-ups, my squats and my dips. My pen is my sword above the snares and kicks, and I've been through the wars, and I've come back with tricks like keep a candle lit if your heart gets dark. At times when I'm on my knees trying to find the path, yeah, I might cut my flesh on the rocks that I pass, but that's the price I pay so I could lay in the grass. I felt the sun on my skin way before I was done. I had some fun deep within wherewithal I was one. The world was a beat and I was the drum. The word on the street now is the demons are done. When the state of my affairs is never written on my face, but a chosen few can always access that place. Because they see my soul and I see disgrace. They keep me grounded whenever I'm lost in space. Yeah, we're born alone, but we can face the darkness together. Please mind the gap between the law and the letter. Rework the map and find a route that is better, so maybe I can discover why my soul's been tethered to this body that I live in. Complex system, multi-dimensional, yet so full of wisdom. Accumulated over time until I reached my wit's end, but gave it all back and told my loved ones I'll miss them. Forgive them for only trying to turn a page to a part in their story where they felt less caged. It's taken enough time for me to act my age, but now in the waters of calm is where I drown that rage, but it doesn't mean I never feel it. Now I don't always have to go into a dark place to heal it, because if I'm honest with myself and see my actions reveal it, I know progress can be made, but there's always more to deal with. Couple bad patterns that are yet to clash steel with. Couple souls out there that I could be real with. Couple clear lenses, but they ain't the ones I see with. Couple days a week I might remember what the dream is. As I walk this land with a smile and a heartbeat, I read between the lines to understand where my scars meet. Knowledge of myself is always reflected through my trials. Focus on the next step, forget the miles. Because it's tough, and life is a journey. I learnt those lessons when I let my own fire burn me, but now I rise again because I realize I'm worthy and that my time is never wasted when I quietly observe me. And realize I'm not the one who uses my eyes, and that the truth is always negated if I'm choosing to lie. Doors of heavy stone, they need momentum to slide, just waiting for me to claim all the treasure inside, because I was born with the force to forge a path. Are you one with the source? Of course you are. And the love is so strong that it breaks your heart. The journey has to end if it's sure to start, because we're all born with the force to forge a path. Are we one with the source? Of course we are. Yes. Bless that. So I've just recently, thank you guys, I've recently been put on to the fact that November is apparently Men's Mental Health Month, if I'm correct. So I've taken upon myself the challenge to write 16 bars a day.
Nice.
And I'll just read you a couple of the last couple of days. I'll read you the first one and then one that happened today. So they're not titled, they're just first, second, third as you go. I'm at a show, waiting, and the sound is nice. Hands of the imagination rolling dice, ebbs and flows, the webs and woes, the water froze, to be melted to a later date, when the seeker knows. How to bow down from a place of peace. The strength is submission, and that sweet release. Worry not about why I feel so strange right now. The story isn't set, I'll make it change somehow. For what is a person without a story? Without the attachment to fear and glory? Without all that one can claim as their own? The stick that stirs its fire must itself be thrown into the fire of knowledge itself. You know you're making progress when the flames can't be felt. When the ice of the past seems impossible to melt, the temperature of love can make everything bless. I'm trying to get into the habit of banging them out in one sitting. It's not like I'm kind of like write half and do whatever. I'm trying to get used to like kind of using it as like a training exercise where you just kind of push past your limits, even though just to have it all kind of plop out in one kind of thing. So this is today. As a child, I never knew that I would change like the seasons, or understand the reason why it's me I should believe in. The tapestry is more than what's worn on my sleeve. The galaxy would fall before I forfeit that belief. My relief can't be based on the things I receive, because those things only matter to a certain degree. And if having all of that defeats the purpose of peace, I have to try and live my life in a way that's worth it for me. Blood runs through my veins until it don't. The flood comes with the rains. Can I float? The perspective has to change if I am to grow. But being fearless can be a feeling so strange, I know. But its strength doesn't lie in the application of force, but in how each person chooses to plot their course. Relationships are vital, and it's not about who got there first. Just trying to see the best in folks, not the worst. Thank you, guys.
What am I going to do first? Okay, alright, okay. I'm going to talk about a time where I happened to come across racism. Big no-no, innit? Yeah, so I documented that and just want to be heartfelt about it. This is called I Felt It Too. And I never imagined I'd come across racism when all our brothers have come across it and they talk about it all the time. So this is my testimony regarding it. So it's called I Felt It Too. I never thought I'd be immersed in the murky waters of racism. I looked so many times within the soul windows of many who felt the scorn, so many who fell victim to the hate of many getting told they wish they were never born. The world is full of animals and maniacs. So tell me, who could ever warn a brother these animaniacs and the loony racist tunes? Banes planted words like seeds to see how the mind reacts, hoping their opposed victims lose breath like... Baines planted words like seeds to see how the mind reacts, hoping the oppressed victims lose breath like hypochondriacs. If you believe words don't influence, then look at words of hatred. I'm only speaking facts. They only spite the different hues. Different views only desecrate the natural skin habitats. But there's never any restitution or solution for abuse. When some are mired by the old ways, there really is no use. When your mind can do a 180, when other minds' angles are less than obtuse, there is no use. I felt racism, slathered by the remarks that besmirched the hues that coated your inner trees in your heart, roots uprooted from ancestral trees you hold from the start. Bigotry will always feel like a bigger tree, butchering any doctrines that allow any others to live free. But there'll always be those who will vilify like it's 9 to 5, contrast the pigments, entails the lowest mind stay ignorant. But who's really a spade of a spade? Regardless of the same deck, others will still follow with different suits, shuffle the boots, see if the hearts reads different. Walking the same miles, the innate hate lives rent-free in descending minds. Hate has lived as long as love in the test of time, never to bury the hatchet. They think it's their job, their entitlement with statements on who the hell the human is. But how can they look at you with their dark colon eyes? Even the darkest pupils distill lessons about being color wise. But I spies the nature of the human demise. We reap what we sow. Some hoping each year there's constitutions that allows them to colonize. By no surprise, slavery never demised. It was merely segregated, hidden in 2023. Somehow it's still preservated in the confines of the unexpected. Look how hate is legislated. All the doctrines promote hatred, but let's just carbon date it with masked figures that remain protected, shaking the jar containing all the different color ants. Oppressors never cease fire. They continue to deny it, but hey, sometimes it just runs in the family, guys. But when hatred is spewed like it was pollinated and some seek to desolate dark surfaces with words like a sinister sanitizer, they sprayed it. But who are they tarnishing? Spit cast straight with the words I think these dicks are using varnishing. But who would know? When they already planted trees that planted seeds of hatred. People treated differently like they came from different planetaries. I hope the world will listen one time, I'm speaking candidly. The lynch mob subjugated the ones who embarked the world with different hues and different views. I know even aliens were never fans to see this. So tell me if aliens were ever waited on evolution on Earth. When everyone alienated the alien nations like we call each other migrations. But we are aliens dated, aliens fated an extinction of our own hatred. That's allowed to rise like the Earth's heated core. Hell, we are human beings, but so much eagerness to start a war. If disagreement stunted humans' greatest achievements, I'm talking to the planet tree that planted me if we embark upon the same branch. Then why do people intend to cut others down so candid and plannedly when we are uprooted and rooted derivatives, planted trees to make the same mark? But when your hues are dark, sometimes you're nothing more than a stain, marked in this world. But there's only one thing that intends to simmer down the tree dome of freedom of God's observatory called Earth. And it's called hatred of one another, part 1. So I want to manifest the whole collaborative series, and I'm very, very happy about. Yours is coming soon. So this piece is called "We Were Ourselves," and I'm just so happy to do this because this is one of my first live collaboratives, anyways, and this is how it goes down. Ready? I'll tell you what, I'll use this one. Right?
Hello.
Right. Welcome, Grace Blessing in the building.
Oh wow.
This is how it goes down. We were ourselves. Always feeling like I dent the tees that I wear. Every tee version turns easy with the flaws. It's easy to see holes when you rock a wear that's never yours. Pardon being blunt. But how do you embrace grace when your soul base doesn't always align with what you lace front?
We live in a world where labels signify your value and makes you question your sense of self. Because the beauty in my ridges isn't designed to a regular fit. Rich materials sewn with black cliches in the lining, tame your expression. You know loudness equals aggression, and that's how they define it. I know this outfit of the day will never be on trend, a harsh reality that taught me not to pretend.
But we're all cut from different cloths, all due to admire our own tapestry. Didn't know that self was wealth until I tapped history of lineage and a kente in a car, a regal frame. Looked at my own blackness, a cultural diaspora. Even my textiles with disdain. Could have found the family tree woven by the family name, draped in empire woes. Looked at my own vessel and said, who is this main?
We are the sleeves connected by our ancestral embroidered DNA. Yes. Yet we are stereotyped by brand, yes. Divided into colours, then left better placed than the stockroom. Are we meant to be in the background because of our background? Expect to find traces of culture repackaged in the windows on display. I mean, if the autumn-winter collection brings in the money for appropriation, tell me, Arnie, are we meant to appreciate our lineage that way?
Well, it's amazing, Grace. What can be...
It's amazing!
Well, it's amazing, Grace. What can be unraveled by the seams? Wool coat by Superdry, African schmuck by the cotton jeans. Identify when we self-actualize. A bigger blessing when you see what the family ties. Seams, wool, coat, ties. Don't you see what we identify with actual eyes? That's clothing the hues man formed without the actual lies.
Identification is the outerwear that coats how you visualize self. I wear protection because of the world's UV rays that protect me from seeing my birthright's wealth. Whilst it may be tempting to buy into the opinions off the rack, the family ties are custom made, so how can I not be proud? Decades of historical fashions fused together with a long line of beauty and strength. When you see me, just know I'll wear my heritage loud, representing that depth. So are you gonna join me down the runway in acknowledgement?
But at the end of the day, we wear ourselves.
Art is improv. I believe art is subjective. I was just having a conversation just at the end of the first half, where I was just saying that, like, for a lot of us, art is therapy. And what I was trying to get at is that you're not supposed to be perfect. You're not meant to come here and be the refined article, the polished whatever piece. I'm here the first time, stuttering, whatever. I saw someone trip up, I'm not going to mention any names, but it's fine. Because art and everything about art is about bringing you to the table and just being authentically you. Some people are born for this, natural performers. Some people, as I said, they need this. It's therapy. But then some of us, they do it for the love of writing. You like that one? Right? That was improv. It was improv. See? Spiritual connection. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for tonight's headliner? Are we ready for this one, right? This one needs to be special, right? Because no offense, this is a headliner. Yeah? So it's not just I need feet stomping, I need a standing ovation, I need to make this person feel so special. I said, are we ready for tonight's headliner? Welcome into the stage, Tifany Marsah.
I'm overjoyed. People that were just coming through, I love this. Okay. You got me up here for a bit, so let's have a chat, shall we? Room me in, boys, room me in. I don't know how you want to do it, but just do something, do something. There you go. That's my voice. So today, I'm a poet, right? But I pride myself for being an artist, all in all. From the things that my hands can do to what they can write. And so I couldn't do this without my boys, you feel me? Yeah. So to my left, I got the amazing Kaiki. And to my right, I got the poetry community's favorite guitarist, Tish. If you've been to any poetry events and someone's playing guitar, it's Tish. If you ain't never seen it, it's Tish. Alright, so I want to start with something familiar. If any of you follow me or know some of my work, one of my favorite, or like first spoken word pieces that really, like I said, nah, I do that. It's a piece called Maybe You'll Never Understand What Your Distance Does to Me. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Meta said it, not me, personally. So I kind of want to start off with that, start with something familiar, and then we'll go from there. So, hope you guys enjoy. They make you cry, innit? Jeez.
Maybe you'll never understand what your distance does to me. I, the child of immigrants, have the hereditary gene of distance. Built in my DNA to be okay with love from far away, I know how to make do with the physical and replace it with the digital. I know how to be digital with the physical, and trust me, I can shut down on command. Yet, only in my 20s, still so infantile, my desire for a shoulder, a hand, and a cheek to lean on, and so my weight flops onto yours. And you sank in my drowning cargo, so maybe you'll never understand what your distance does to me. Because no, I hate that you're busy all the time. I hate that we don't have time to be together all the time. I hate that it takes me time to tell you how I feel, and that's really what I wish I could say to you, but I digress. And like a stray in the night, I cocoon back into my life and just continue life in life, understanding that you're actually not mine. We just soul together. And even though I know that to be the truest thing I have ever felt, you may still never understand what your distance does to me, because when I say I miss you, I really mean I love you. Not like how the clouds and this plane used to remotely love me and kiss me to land, but quite like how they used to love to stare and clear the air for my arrival. Like tearing apart the tears of a stubborn cloud on a grey day, you know, but still. Maybe you will never understand what your distance does to me, because I feel so trapped in this plane. My cargo weighs us down, we can't even keep high. Filled with clocks for the times I wanted to be near you, not feeling able to, because it's actually been nearly 3 years and I'm only flying right now, you're not even here. Is my luggage too heavy for your schedule, is that it? Am I really that chatty? Can I not be your patty? Can we talk about my pappy? Is it okay for you to dance with me? Just have my babies, I mean, really. Truly. I don't know if you think I could keep staying on this plane. Because it's really not easy to love from up here, you know? But please, just try to understand what your distance does to me as the blames fall on the changes from Heathrow to Stansted. Or on the fact that WhatsApp calls became my living room, or that your house became mine. That my life finally had a mother. That wasn't the mother of my mother, but the mother away from my mother, and so I am back to being only in my 20s and still so infantile in my desire for a shoulder, a hand, and a cheek to lean on. And so yes, my weight does flop onto yours, except now you drown in my very wet cargo. I understand. That for you to understand this analogy will mean that you have to creep into your feelings, and I know that time will kill you, so maybe you won't. But enter in this plane may just be what you really need to do. To fully understand what your distance does to me. You know, we enter a space you can't really breathe. That kind of. I was like that one time. Great time. Love it. However, it didn't end like how a lot of the planned ones do. And, you know, it was a healing process, as you do. You heal and you go through life. But then it brought a lot of questions in me, and I had to sit with myself and think about a lot of things. And there was one time where I was just like, am I just addicted to love? Like, is this what I am now? Is this what I've always been? And so then I spoke to a really great friend. And we're having these conversations about figuring out best case scenarios. So like if you were to see people again, or if you were to have these chats with people, with these really intimate people in your life that are no longer there, what would be the best case scenario? Like how could you envision that? And for this individual, I started it off like this. So I'd say to hold my hand. Just hold my hand and don't let go, because I may finally be able to tell you that I might just be addicted to love. Not necessarily the act of it, but the emotion of it. From familiar to unknown. Willing to sacrifice my well-being for a feeling that's invisible to the touch. Close to toxic. Like bleach. It clears off everything and anything. The burdens, the wonders, the loss. But the moment it all gets too much, I'm no longer controlling my breath, but rather need a reminder to step out of this love for air. I was once told that bleach can give off an invisible odor quite like hair. Invisible, unmanageable, untangible, like love. An entity I can only see if I'm blinded by it. Stubborn on me just can't seem to find the opticians, ironically. I became such an addict. Que beber de minha solidão tornou-se a minha grande paixão. My drunkenness for this love for love became my greatest passion, and my pouring heart just kept looping on this act of giving. So much so when it didn't realize it didn't run dry. And all of that I just said just wasn't English, but I'm gonna reload it just real quick. I became such an addict. Que beber de minha solidão trouxe a minha grande paixão. My drunkenness for this love for love became my greatest passion, and my pouring heart just kept looping on this act of giving, so much so that I didn't realize when it ran dry. And it wasn't until I needed to pour inwards that I actually realized all I actually had left were other affirmations for my well-being. And that's when I learned that no matter how repetitive an act of love can be, a pouring heart cannot pour on empty. And I just hate that it took me this long to see it. Because really, if I don't give to me, then how can I give to you? That's the irony, really. Forget that I couldn't find the opticians. Becoming a mechanic in this act of giving meant I didn't need to see what was already designed to come out of me, but rather, my drive for this love became a never-ending repair job. And you became my first project. Designed to absolute perfection, but like a true addict. I fell in love with wanting to fix you just so you could see why someone loving you like me could sometimes look like a bee looking for nectar. My kryptonite wave moments for solitude. So much space to swap warmth into you, and so I stuck my sweetness into your heart. Just so you could feel how strongly and intensely I could love you. Little did I know. Honey's not only sticky but clingy, washable to a degree. One that would eventually wake me back to reality. And that's what I thought. I could never really get rid of you, you know, because a bee is really only wise when it carries out its design to give, and so I gave and I gave. But I might have just given too much now that it may be my time for a re-up. So before I put myself up for this rehab, just remember that sometimes the future does look as sweet as the nectar it hid during its journey. And like a true addict, I pride myself on reminding you that sweetness looks a lot like me. That was addicted to love. This is what I've classified as my last one. But listen, I promise you this last one's gonna take a while, so take it in. We all have that one piece where you're like, like that's your piece, you know? And I think for me, this may be one of my very first pieces. And it started off in a really intense heartache, because that's just been my year. I've been healing from that, writing about it, letting it go. This one is called A Hand So It's Heartache. At this point, I'd like to shout out my textiles teacher from secondary school.
Big up!
That's my mama. Pretty much. Might as well be. The reason why I shout her out is because my trajectory through academia is what really inspired this piece, in the words that were used and the experience that flowed from it. Mm-hmm. And if not for being a fashion student, I wouldn't be able to write of how A Hand So It's Heartache really feels. Thank you, Mom. And so, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. Thank you. Oh, jeez. I caught it. My heart. Second time today that's happened. You'd think we were connected by the cords of life, you know? And in case you're wondering why it does keep happening, I've managed not to stitch myself up properly. There's a scar right where it resides. So big I cover it up with appliques just to make myself look pretty. But I am torn. And I am distressed. Manipulated, manufacturing, I guess. I have managed to stitch myself up properly before, even though today it's only managed to slip out twice. 2 days ago, you hung on my kitchen table. 4 days prior, I cooked with it. But it hung so low, I almost cooked it in the process. A week ago, it managed to pump blood without any intervals. A month ago, it hung so low, I actually took it for a walk. A year ago, it was so swollen that I just couldn't move. Breath skipping, almost signaling for my inner child to double dutch its way into this healing. And that is just how my heartache feels like to me, if I could even put a feeling to it. I am constantly heart-sitting, and even though days get better and I get stronger, I stitch myself up together. You may still never believe me if I told you I'm actually a graduated hand sewer, so I should really know better. Though if this craftsmanship comes delicacy, and really I should breathe it within me, so for goodness sake, Tiffany, please just finally stitch yourself up properly. But please know I already know what is wrong with me, and that is that I do not know how to be delicate with me. I've already wounded what my autopsy could look like if someone was to rip this tear wide open from my neck to my feet, whilst my heart pulsates at the speed of a seamstress's foot in the pedal of an industrial machine. Yet there is no enough time, there is no enough years, there is no enough expertise to patch me up yet, because every tear, there's something new. Organs red, flesh bare, exposure to the air, and I just lay here and oxidize completely bare. Get darker and live with a deeper realization of how dark I can actually be. But do you see? As I've been speaking to you, my heart actually hasn't left me yet. Clearly, there's something here to keep. Something to keep pumping blood through me, right? But still, the same way I have been ripped open, I'm also expected to whip stitch myself back into anatomical perfection. But what if my liver decides to leave me next? Or my kidneys? Or what if I am stuck, applying endless motifs to endless unsupported scenes? Or what if my chords of life just stop giving life? And I'm constantly in this battle between my needle and I. Maybe, just maybe, I should finally learn how to stitch myself up properly. Okay.